The heat of the desert is where the Sun Devils thrive. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils and the rich legacy formed by the likes of Frank Push, Jake the Snake, and Pat Tillman. This game could have a huge impact on the trajectory of both teams' seasons as each are trying to break into the top 25. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Looking for blockers. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Fighting Illini offense takes the field and they'll have the ball first. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Off play action. Got it in the middle, it's Arkin. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Luke Altmyer started his career as a backup to Matt Corral at Ole Miss, but man, did he blossom for the Fighting Illini. Had their best season in more than 20 years, and maybe more in store for him, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there were still a lot of fans that I think were skeptical when the transfer portal news came out that he was going to be joining Illinois, and people wanted to see what all the hype was about. You saw it last year, not just running the ball, but making big plays through the air. I'm really curious to see if Luke Altmyer can take the next step this season, because if they do, this is going to be a really, really tough team to beat.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll go to the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Back to pass, it's Altmyer. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. So Arizona State's offense will go to work for the first time today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it.
There he goes. Oh, what a cut. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down.
I love this running back and the job he does once he has the ball in his hands on this screen pass. He was real patient. You got to allow these 300-pound offensive linemen to sort of collect themselves and stammer down the field and try to block some of these linebackers and DBs, and that's exactly what the running back did. Great job with patience.
What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. The give to the tailback. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route, understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
The Sun Devils are marching down the field. Give to Brown. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a man, it's Sims. Makes the grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. This drive will open from the 15. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Slams into the pile, he'll get 1 to the 17.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these, but if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dixon. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Altmaier. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Under fire. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
It's a curious play call offensively to try to throw after that great gain on the ground the snap before. If you're winning in the trenches up front, keep it going. Let the big fellas go to work. I don't like the idea of throwing the ball, though.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Bringing the heat. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Trying to make magic with his feet. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
Well, it's a really nice job there on that 3rd down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously, they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up 4th down.
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And the Sun Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to throw, it's Sims. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Ooh, I don't know, guys. Did he hear footsteps running over the middle of the field where all those defenders are lurking? I think that might have got in his head. That might have been a reason why he dropped it.
The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Got it behind the line. It's Brown. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Just a short pass to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And the Sun Devils in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Makes the grab. It's Tyson. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Brown. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Completion sets him up on second down. To the air, it's Altmaier. He's got his man, makes the grab.
Got a nice catch, way to get your feet down, and your reward is 0 yards.
Lining up to convert third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the big tight end. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. Looking to throw on first down. Sets up the screen. Sweet cut there. Breaks into the open. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense has taken everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass, it's Altmaier. Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Arkin. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
First and goal, Illinois.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there today in Tempe than you do? And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Mountain America Stadium.
Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Catch in the middle, it's Moss.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Sun Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. He's got it. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Sun Devils surpassed all expectations last year. Kenny Dillingham in his 2nd year winning the league with the team that was picked to finish last, guys.
And in the playoffs, more than represented themselves well. They had the bye, but they fought Texas tooth and nail. Could have won that football game. And Jesse, a superstar at the quarterback position.
They got a really good one coming back. No Cam Scattaboo this year, though, so they're going to have to find ways to be able to run the football effectively. That was a big part of their success a year ago.
And the Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll run play action. And wings it incomplete. Sun Devils line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll keep it himself. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Dropping back, it's Sims. The sure hands, it's Moss. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
And the Sun Devils send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. He leaves it with his back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Second down, he'll throw it. He makes the grab, and he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
By the receiver. Pickup of 13. First down for the offense.
No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air on first down. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Altmaier. Gets it out quickly. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Looking to throw again. Caught over the middle. It's Arkin. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here comes the heat. Finds his back in the middle. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Illinois hoping to pop the cork on this red zone trip. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
He'll try to tack on one more.
On for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside, defense.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Brown. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Sims. Caught close to the marker, it's McClain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Sun Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He'll do it himself on the draw. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, they try to go quarterback designed run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Wants to go up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's Dixon. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Looking downfield, it's Altmaier. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. With jet sweep pass. He stopped right there, short of the 1st down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
All right, 4th quarter now, you're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now at quarterback and wide receiver. You're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense, I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are, it's late, everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Quickly complete. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.